Howdy, everybody. Just wanted to check in with you guys and say hi and show y'all the beautiful terrain we're riding through. We're still in Nebraska. We're headed towards Scottsbluff, Nebraska, which is where we'll be for the night once we get there. But we're about to have a discussion about what we felt was the most challenging things for our trip so far. And I'll let Mr. Viking go first. So what is it that you feel was the most challenging thing for you from the time we bought the RV back in April to now?
Well, as far as conditions were concerned, we traveled through some very dramatic weather. In northern Indiana, the wind was whipping, the rain was pouring, the roof was leaking a little bit. So the weather was a little bit challenging. Then there's turkeys on the side of the road.
That's funny.
Thanksgiving's coming, Mr. Tom. Better watch your ways. So the road surface in Ohio on the interstate, that was just pitiful.
Yeah, yes,
really,
it was.
the coach really took a pounding.
Yes.
The most challenging thing has been, there haven't really been any challenges. There have been a lot of little incidents along the way, little things that needed repairing, but that's to be expected, because you've got all these different systems all operating in conjunction. So we've been doing little its and bits of repairs, and if you've looked back over our previous video, you've probably seen some of the things that we're doing. Well, I'm just coming over a bout of the plague, which I think is the first sickness that I've gotten since we went away, so that wasn't very pleasant.
No.
But one of the very challenging things which I can mention is the fact that since we're living in such a small space, if the trippin' sister wakes up at 4 o'clock in the morning and decides she's done sleeping and gets up, she's usually out here. And if she's out here, she usually has a light on. Now, I know that she does her best to close the dividing door and let her little Viking sleep. But sometimes I wake up and I realize there's nobody in the bed beside me. That can be challenging, because then I wonder, where has she gone to? And so then I come out here. And then I look at the clock and say, dear Lord, do you realize it's 5:15 a.m.? Anyway, so, but that's more, that's not really a challenge. It's just happens from time to time. And sometimes she sleeps all the way through the night and surprises herself by waking up at 7 o'clock. And I've been the one that's been up since 6. So, but we have adapted, I think, to living in our little home on wheels, where I really love our little house. That, and it suits us well. We work well together. We have our chores evenly divided as to who does what. And I don't think either one of us is doing more or less than the other. And it means I get to eat some of the best cooking on the planet. So, you can see by my toque, I'm still trying to warm up my knees from my little photo shoot of sunrise there. So, we'll carry on. Why, honey, what has been your biggest challenge other than me?
Well, let's see if I can turn this around. Forgot my selfie stick. Well, I think the biggest challenge for me was going down the side of a mountain in a fishbowl, or what felt like a fishbowl. You can see everything. You have a panoramic view, and so it looks like everybody's trying to kill you. You're right. It's kind of like riding a motorcycle or a scooter. You can see everything, and everybody's trying to kill you. That's what it feels like to me sometimes. Also, just watching Chris navigate corners, and when we're going through construction areas and over bridges, and I guess I don't really like the driving part.
Fortunately, she hasn't been doing any of the driving.
No,
part.
I haven't been doing any of the driving part, but I don't like the driving part. And I like the sceneries. I think, and I didn't think I could adjust to being in a space this small, but of course, when I left my home in Oklahoma and moved to Canada 8 years ago, I didn't think I could adjust to apartment life again, or condo living, because it was half the size of my house, and now we're in less than half the size of the condo. But the transition was fine. It's like Chris said, it suits us. I don't feel cramped. We have absolutely everything we need on this coach. I mean, we don't. There's nothing that we need that isn't on this coach. So that's good. Learning the systems, I feel like I'm not catching it like I had hoped I would. And I know that I wouldn't be able to make the types of repairs and stuff that Chris does. So I really appreciate his knowledge, and how he can just get right in there and get it figured out. And if he can't get it figured out, then we find somebody that can get it figured out and get it fixed for us. So the weather, a couple of times, have been a challenge for me. Listening to the rain sound like it's going to beat your brains in because you're living in a tin can, or what feels like a tin can, has been a challenge. But it's okay. I mean, I think I've adjusted to living in this, and I don't mind being in it. And I enjoy it. Like, I enjoy going through the small towns and seeing what's happening. I particularly love New Hampshire. That was the best part of the trip to me. New Hampshire and the New England states were just beautiful. I'd never been to that part of the country, so I love that. And Chris and I travel well together, and like I said before, he does what he does and I do what I do, and what we can't get done, we get it figured out of who can get it done, and it just makes things go easier. So the biggest challenge is getting over me, I guess. Anyhow, there you go. We just wanted to do a little talk about that. When we finally get back to Canada, we'll give you guys an update on what our expenses cost us all these months of traveling and living on the road so far. Okay? Alrighty then. Well, enjoy the rest of your day. And remember, now what is this weird, I don't know why my color looks like that. Alright, you guys, keep tripping.